right, let's do this one. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of the Uper Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. We're back in the garage. Let's get some formalities and we'll talk about that. Tonight, we are smoking a diesel cigar. Fun little cedar-wrapped one. Estate Puro. Estate Puro. Again, I'm not great with the words, with reading. Throw in some other languages. Kind of all hope is lost. Another beer coming back again from the Big Buck Brewery. We have the Midnight Velvet. I forgot I had this one already on a Cigar Talks, but it was pretty good if I remember correctly, so we're going to have her again. Good milk stout. Is it milk or oatmeal? I'll have to check here in a second. If I remember correctly, though, it was pretty tasty. It is a milk stout. I was right the first time. Yep. That's tasty. Drinkable. So anyhow, tonight we're going to get away from EMS War Stories just for a little bit. I'm back in the garage, probably will be for the duration of these episodes. Until, of course, spring gets here. Once spring gets here, I'll be back on the deck. But it's getting dark a lot sooner. It's getting colder. The weather's getting variable. So we're going to kind of play here a little bit in the garage for a while. Hope you don't mind. I'm guessing you won't, though. So tonight, let's just do an update video. Let's just do a little update of what's going on, what's happening in the Uper Farmer homestead. Well, first off, you don't know if you can hear them in the background. We are in Rabbit Town. We got a bunch of rabbits. We're breeding them out, raising them for meat and for pets. Great time. They are looking tasty, tasty bunnies. But we haven't had a chance to eat one yet. The damn things keep selling. They keep selling for pets mostly, but there are a few local people apparently can't get their hands on rabbit meat. And they, I don't know if it's a traditional custom thing based on one of the ethnicities here, but they are going after their rabbits. They're buying them up for meat. So much so, I might be looking into getting my certified butcher's license to start butchering up some rabbits. We got a rabbit barn due in, I think, tomorrow. So we're going to have a new rabbit barn, an actual barn for them. I think it's 8x12 barn that we're going to put them in, which would be nice. Get them out of my garage. I'll kind of get them in a little more purpose-driven space where they'll hopefully be able to thrive. The rabbit barn is going to be almost completely off-grid. So we're going to wire it with solar for lights and stuff like that. They even do rain collection for their water. Haven't decided yet. That one's still up in the air as I'm doing a little more research on that. Vegetable garden got in, failed like I figured it would. Most first-year vegetable gardens, either they do really, really good or they do really, really crappy. I figured this one's going to do really, really crappy, mostly because the soil is really not set up yet for growing vegetables. We're getting zucchini left and right, cucumbers left and right. Pretty much the corn, the carrots, the lettuce, the squash, and the beans aren't doing great. We're getting some, don't get me wrong. Definitely not making it worth our while. But what we're doing is taking all the manure from the rabbits and the chickens, composting it on site, and then we're going to spread it out in the garden. That looks like that's going to work. The edge where we have the pile, on the edge of the garden, the vegetables are getting the runoffs, are just doing gangbusters great. So that's awesome. We won't have to add any external fertilizers. I'll probably be doing some work on the soil this fall to till it up, get some more rocks out, and again, add that manure, composted manure we're working on. So hopefully by next year, we'll have a much better garden that we'll be able to pull some more vegetables from. Work on that path towards self-sufficiency, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to get a little more self-sufficiency in this garden, or in this farm. That is a good one. I'm liking that one. Chickens are also got a brand new coop. They got a new fence, new fox-proof coop. We're going to be installing some electrical fencing just as another layer of protection for our chickens. So I think they'll be doing a much better, be a lot better protected. Wintering is going to be a bit of an adjustment. We're going to change our wintering plan because the coop that we have set up is bigger and it can't be next to the, or at least we're not putting it next to the house. I'll try to mitigate and manage some of the smell. So we got to figure out another way to keep their water from freezing and possibly run them some lights so that they can produce eggs throughout the winter and not have a big stall period. So that's where with that. Winter is quickly coming upon us. Our maple trees are changing color, and on that note, we're hunting down new mapling property to hopefully be able to tap more trees this spring. Oh, that's the other thing. We're doing the farmers markets. We're selling jams, jellies, and maple syrup. The jams and jellies are selling like wildfire. It's amazing. Kids are doing great. It's their business. They're running it. They really are. They're doing a fantastic job. I could not have hoped for better for them. They get to see the fruits of their labor, get to be successful. The money raised actually is going directly to their Disney trip. So we're going to be going to Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one's in Florida. And it's going to be paid for by funds they raised, which is just awesome. Really awesome they have that opportunity and that ability to do that. But yeah, farmers market's going great, so well that the Yooper Farmer might be branching off into some commercial sales of jams, jellies, and some other canned goods. Still working on the logistics of that. There's some stuff we have to figure out and we have to manage and whatnot, but we're working on it. One step at a time. The brewery's doing great. We're brewing lots and lots of ciders and wines and having a lot of fun with that. Probably going to be doing some fresh apple cider here coming up soon. Some hard apple cider. We got the apple trees are in full fruiting mode, ready to be picked. What else is going on? Again, winter's coming, so we're looking towards winterizing. I got to clean up my garage here really bad. I got tools and projects and bikes and traps and everything you put off all summer long is in the garage right now. So I've got to get serious about that, which will be good. It'll be good to get this all kind of cleaned up and whatnot, get some stuff out to the dump. Can't wait for that. I do like a good dump day, taking a big load out there. We're going to be expanding the garage, actually, getting a lot more purpose-driven spaces in the garage here so that we can do some more official projects here. I'm talking to the wife, actually, about expanding the use of some of this garage and mudroom to maybe, again, make it more business-friendly when it comes to the homestead. Which would be great. That would be a good thing to start getting into, start fixing up, looking towards the future and whatnot. Still trying to contemplate if we're going to get any more animals, whether that's goats or pigs. There is a piece of property real close to us that is went on the market. Not huge, but it's got some aggressive barns. We're looking at those hard. Really hard looking at those, trying to decide if that's something we want to pick up. The lady's asking a bit too much than it's worth, as everyone is right now in this current market. But it's not going to move. There's not much purpose that you can do with that property, because its wellhead is in the middle of the property. So it's not big enough to get a drain field and a septic tank. Legally, of course, you can put one in illegally. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Might be picking up a little piece of property. and expanding the farming operations, which would be good. It'd be really good to do that and get that rolling. Let's see, anything else really big in the farm? On the homestead here, not much. Again, winter's coming. We're just getting ready to batten down the hatches. I'm a little behind on some of my winter preps. I only have about 1.5 cans of kerosene, so I gotta go get some more kerosene or else these videos will get very short. Gotta get another tank of propane, at least one. I think I'm gonna pick up another one. Used up a lot of my winter gas, which is really good. I started having, since I didn't use my snowblower, I talked about this a few months ago, almost a year ago, I guess. I did not get as much snow blowing done, so I didn't use as much of my reserve gas. But thankfully this summer I was able to use quite a bit of it with chainsaws and lawnmowers and other stuff like that. So hopefully we can get some. I gotta get some more gas, some more propane. Still have not hooked up my wood stove out here in the garage yet. I go back and forth about doing that. Is it worth it? Is it not? I don't want to put another hole through the roof. I'm not a big fan of putting holes in roofs. But in that same token, it kind of needs to be done. We need to get heating in here that isn't reliant on kerosene. So might happen this fall / early winter. I don't know yet. Still in talks with the wife about the best way to do that. On that note, so at the time of this video, we are currently sitting on pins and needles wondering what's going to happen with our supply of propane. Our house is heated with propane, but our governor decided to tell the propane company, there's a big pipeline, she told them to shut down. They told her where to go and how to get there. Thank you very much, Enbridge. But the Gov is searching other alternatives on how to shut down our pipeline. If that happens, we'll basically be without propane. And have to find, or if we do get propane, it's going to be what they're projecting is at least triple the price we're currently paying. So we're looking at getting an alternative heating source. The easiest one for us is pellet. Wood pellets is probably the simplest method for us to heat this place. We're very experienced with it. We know our way around wood pellet stoves, how to install them, how to run them. And I thoroughly enjoy them. I know there's a lot of people out there that there's a lot of hate on the pellet stoves. I can run one. I can run one great. The house seems to be set up where we could heat it with just a pellet stove. It'll be a little bit of a learning curve or experimenting once we get it so that we know we're actually running it properly. But I'm pretty sure we can make it work. So we're working on that. The external wood fireplace, not out of the question yet. That one's still on the table there. Do we want to get the external wood burner and deal with splitting wood? And there's a small chance we might get both. Pellets are nicer, I'll admit that. You're not going out trucking in the woods trying to get truckload after truckload of wood. But at the same time, the price of them is more expensive, and the chance of there being a limited access is up there. So we're looking at doing pellet or wood heat. Don't know yet. Put a pin in that one, but we need an alternative heating source, especially with the Gov's current edicts and what she's saying she wants to do with the pipeline. So something to look out on the horizon. Be ready for, be prepared for. On that note, I did run my generator. Generator's working great. Still want to get it, the generator house built for it, so it's a little more purpose built, but that will come. So anyway, those are the big updates for the homestead here. I haven't done an update video in a while. I'll be back to the EMS stories. Those are the kind of the big sellers. I haven't really pursued changing this into a different channel, the EMS stories. I don't know. Time will tell. Maybe I still will. Maybe I won't. Who knows? A lot up in the air. And I'd like to say my mind should be on more important things to think about, but to be honest, Sometimes these simpler, easier questions to answer are just that, simpler and easier and quicker, and we can get some answers for. So I might be making that decision sooner than later. We'll see. I'll keep you up to date. I do want to thank everyone for watching these videos, enjoying these videos. I've been having fun. I've learning process. I'm glad to just be doing it. I've had a lot of people say just do it, and that's what I did. We're coming up on the year here pretty soon. 1 year of making these videos. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a contest or a prize. Anyone who comments or watches the video will ship them off. The 5 dedicated fans I have, I'll ship you off a thing of jam or something. We'll see. Anyhow, I hope everyone's doing good out there. Hope you don't miss the EMS war stories too much. And yeah, stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.